My sister-in-law tried to ban my adopted daughter from the party, but I showed up anyway, and what happened next left her speechless. The text lit up my phone at 9 p.m. Don't bring that kid. Real family only. No exceptions. I stared at the screen, reading it 3 times to make sure I understood what Vanessa was actually saying. I looked across the living room at Sophie clutching her sparkly dress and handmade card for my sister Julia's engagement party, and I knew tomorrow night wasn't going to go how Vanessa planned. Sophie's 11, been with us 4 months since the adoption finalized. She's still in that phase where she tries to prove she belongs. Like every family gathering is a test she has to pass. She spent 3 weeks saving her allowance for Julia's engagement gift, wrapped it herself with way too much tape and crooked bows, but she was so proud of it. When I got Vanessa's text, Sophie saw it before I could turn my phone away. Am I not real family? Her voice cracked and went small. I'm going back to foster care, aren't I? She started crying, clutching that wrapped gift like it was the only thing keeping her grounded. I hugged her tight. We're going to that party. You're wearing your sparkles and Vanessa doesn't get to decide who belongs in this family. I screenshot the text and sent it to my husband. He came downstairs 2 seconds later, jaw clenched, looking ready to drive to Vanessa's house right then. Then my phone rang. Julia calling. Mom forwarded me Vanessa's message and I'm absolutely livid. Put Sophie on speaker. Sophie, honey, I need you at my party. You're helping me with something really special. Wear your absolute best outfit, okay? The sparkly one you showed me. Sophie's eyes lit up just a little. Really? Really? And ignore Vanessa. She doesn't speak for me or this family. The next morning we went shopping. Got Sophie platform shoes with glitter on the sides, rhinestone hair clips that caught the light, and a small glittery purse. She looked like a disco ball walking through the mall. Perfect, I told her. Vanessa's going to lose her mind. Sophie actually smiled at that. Good, she said quietly. The family group chat exploded that afternoon. Julia posted, everyone wear something sparkly tomorrow to match Sophie. This is non-negotiable. My mom responded with a photo of sparkly bow ties she just bought. Aunts posted pictures of sequin scarves. Even my teenage nephew, Vanessa's own son, texted me directly with a photo of his sparkly bow tie. Mom's being weird about Sophie. I'm team Sophie all the way. We arrived at the venue right on time. Vanessa had stationed herself at the entrance like some kind of bouncer, arms crossed, wearing this smug expression like she'd already won. Her face went from smug to completely volcanic when she saw Sophie sparkling head to toe. Before she could get a single word out, Julia burst through the entrance doors. Sophie, my special helper! She scooped Sophie up and carried her inside before Vanessa could even process what was happening. The entire family was already there, and every single person was wearing sparkles. Grandparents in matching glitter bow ties, aunts in sequined scarves, uncles with sparkly pocket squares. Vanessa's own kids broke away from the crowd and ran past their mother in full rhinestone accessories to hug Sophie. We've been waiting for you. Our cousin's here. Julia raised her champagne glass and the whole room went quiet. Before we celebrate my engagement, I need my special helper up here. She pulled Sophie close to her side. This amazing girl joined our family 6 months ago and she's made everything better. Sophie, will you be my flower girl at my wedding? Sophie's hands flew to her mouth. She looked up at Julia with tears starting and nodded so hard her rhinestone clips bounced. The venue erupted in cheers, everyone clapping and whooping. Vanessa tried to say something, but Julia's fiancé stepped forward. This is what family does. We show up for each other. That's when Vanessa stood up, pulling papers from her purse. Everyone needs to hear this. I have documentation about adoption fraud proving this child doesn't legally belong in our family. She waved the papers around like they were some kind of weapon. Julia stormed across the room, ripped the papers straight from Vanessa's hands, and tore them into pieces without even glancing at what they said. She threw the shredded paper in the air. Anyone who doesn't support every single member of this family can leave right now. Vanessa started screaming about evidence and legal guardians. The venue manager appeared with 2 security guards. Ma'am, you're disrupting a private event. You need to leave now. Vanessa's teenage son stood up from his seat. I'm staying here with my cousin Sophie. He walked right past his mother and hugged Sophie tight. His siblings followed immediately. My mother-in-law slowly stood and walked over to Vanessa. Her voice was quiet, but everyone heard it. I'm ashamed of you. Sophie has been my granddaughter for 6 months, and your hatred won't change that. Vanessa grabbed her purse, face bright red, and stomped toward the exit. You'll all be hearing from my lawyer about this illegal adoption. Julia calmly took the microphone and announced Sophie as her flower girl, then handed her a small velvet box containing a crystal tiara. Vanessa's lawyer dropped her case 2 days later after learning sisters-in-law have zero legal standing to contest finalized adoptions.